on the turd, and it don't make it a Snicker.
I was thinking about that this morning. I really got out of bed, and this was the first thing that I thought about when I was on the shake plate.
You can put sugar on the turd, and it don't make it a Snicker.
That's just what I was thinking. We are the Out of Bounds Show, ESPN 105.9 The Zone. Good Lord, college baseball pandemonium. It's this state's so wild. Dogs, Rebs advance. Ole Miss goes on the road. 2 extra inning games out of their 3 out in Lincoln, Nebraska against Arizona State. And their nemesis last year, now their asset, Dom Decker, it's a crazy world we live in. What a great baseball name, by the way.
No doubt.
What's your name? Dom Decker. Yep, you play baseball.
Yep.
For him to be at Murray State and Murray State going to Oxford as a massive underdog last year and win, and then for Bianco and them to get him, and then he walks off Arizona State for Ole Miss to punch their ticket to either an Oxford Super Regional or an Auburn Super Regional. That's a pretty damn good story.
Yeah.
And then McPherson being hurt for 2 months and coming back last night, and I thought he pitched really well considering 83, 84 pitches and had some pop and some good stuff. We'll try to get Jay Powell in this week. He called the game, and that thing went last night, so on. So, it went late just because Mississippi State kept hitting is my point, and they don't do the 10-run deal, which I could go back forth on that.
No way.
Playoffs 19-5 or whatever it ended up. But anyway, just Jack. I mean, Jacob Parker and Ryder Woodson. Good God. Jacob Parker looks like he's in a 25-year-old Major League Baseball body, right? Yeah. We know what a freak Connor is. Jacob Parker is a big boy. Yeah. He is a big kid. And, man, when he puts bat on baseball, guys, and what about him playing that ball off the wall on Saturday and then drilling that dude at second? Then he drilled a dude by getting thrown out at second. He stole it. I couldn't figure out what was going on. Did somebody miss a hit and run signal at the plate? Anyway, Jacob Parker tries to steal a base. They got him by a mile. It's funny. And he I think he went Purvis. Because when you're from Purvis, a lot of times you're tough as, a $2 steak at Waffle House in 1984. Well done at 3 a.m. in the morning. And, he just went – he was – it wasn't a dirty play, but he nailed that dude.
Hey.
But he played that ball off the wall beautifully and then drilled the guy at second. He's a hell of a baseball player. I don't know what he's going to do before he leaves, but –
hey, let's not forget.
He's really, really good.
Yeah. We tend to forget that he was the number 100 in all of MLB pipeline.
I know, and he was rated higher than his brother.
It was.
And then it flipped the last year and a half. So the first year and a half of if you want to take the 3 years or 4, if you want to ninth grade, the first 2 years, Jacob was a bigger prospect. The last 2, his brother, leapfrogged him. But I think Jacob's just fine. He's playing in front of 15,000 people and, making money and so on. So, okay. So Sean Ngoshe says, I think the coach is going to appeal. I know the player can't, but I'm pretty sure that Wes Johnson can appeal.
Facts.
Okay. What's he going to appeal on? He went out there and raised hell, which is fine. But what are you going to say? I didn't really mean to raise hell.
He's going to tell him that, it was a bad call by the umps, that he was pointing at his family.
Okay.
Which isn't going to, it's not going to work.
I don't think that's going to fly, but it may.
No way.
All right, let's give away. You can hit us up on the YouTube channel. We'd love for you to comment because we're live on YouTube right now. Out of Bounds Sports. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do the text line, three packs of 4 cigars, and you get to pick them.
Nice.
And then 3 packs of 4 cigars. On the YouTube channel to go comment there. We want you to subscribe too. But all right, so let me give out the Out of Bounds text line, 601-885-3776. This is easy. We'll just make it Mississippi State and Ole Miss players. All right. Are you listening on 105.9 The Zone or streaming the show? Where are you listening from? And who's your MVP? The Lincoln, but Ole Miss Regional.
Yeah.
Or the Mississippi State Regional. All right. So the text line, 601-885-3776. Hit us up there or go to the YouTube channel and hit us up there. There's a live stream there. You can comment, say hey, but drop your MVP, favorite player of the regional, right? Whether it was Dom Decker, Jacob Parker, Will Libbert, Tomas, whatever you want to, whatever direction you want to go. That's fun. All right. The Out of Bounds Show is brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance. Bundle your auto and home and save with your local Farm Bureau Insurance agent. And go with the home team. As Jake Mangum likes to tell us, he got his first home run of the season over the weekend for the Pittsburgh Pirates, his best game of the year. That was nice, and he's had some good games. But it was good to see Jake Mangum hit a bomb, and you could see the look on his face of jubilation, and that was electric. Love to see it. My friend asked me to sit with him this weekend, Friday and Saturday night in his box, and there was a guy from Dallas in there, and he had on a Pirates hat. And guess what? This is crazy. I had seen him at Globe Life Field, and I was like, "Hey, man, you're the," and we connected.
Shut up.
No,
that's cool.
He was in the box, and he's using that American Airlines direct flight. He's like, we just crush it. Yep. I mean, you can be from Dallas Fort Worth to Starkville in 1 hour. And he said it was packed. I love hearing it. I mean, I already knew, it's running about 86% occupancy, but you can fly in and out of GTR, Atlanta, Dallas, and it's less than 15 minutes. In fact, we flew Wilkes out of there on Sunday, but he flew to Atlanta to go to DC. But isn't that awesome?
Pretty dope.
I mean, that kind of access, and that's what you want. Now, there's talk they may add another they've already added another Delta, but there's talk they'll add another American. So you're 10 to 12 minutes from campus, and you can get out of there in no time. So that's awesome. Unnamed texter, Bo, I'm streaming at work in Jackson. Love that you're streaming. Thank you. Bryce Chance for a 100 big and small reasons. Yeah, look, he's a great story. He's a hell of a baseball player. It's all he ever wanted to do. And I think it's cool that in his last season, he got to play in a regional at home. He told Brian O'Connor that's what he wanted to do when O'Connor was hired. And Bryce had a really good season. And I know that was a special moment for him. He played at Madison Ridgeland Academy, MRA. And people kept thinking there was no way he'd be able to play at Mississippi State or in the SEC. And yet, he not only has he played, he's played well, played at a high level. Yeah. And he's always dangerous at the plate. He is. He can do a little bit of everything and damn near hit any kind of pitcher stylistically. Doesn't try to do too much, short, compact swing, and put that thing in play, put pressure on a defense, and he's had he'll be a favorite for forever. So I agree with that. Ernest T weighing in. He's listening from Madison. Jacob Parker, MVP of the regional. He had a hell of a weekend. The kid from Purvis is already special, and he's a true freshman.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. So that's exciting for sure. Let's see. War Eagle Rich on the app from Northeast Louisiana. I would go with Jacob Parker. War Eagle Rich, you got another game tonight, baby. Yeah. I know you're going to be locked into your Auburn Tigers and see if Butch Thompson and Auburn can win 4 in a row. If they do, they will host Ole Miss. If they don't, Milwaukee goes to Oxford. Yeah. So I wonder if Lane Kiffin will tweet about it. We are the Out of Bounds Show, ESPN 105.9 The Zone. Eddie O and Lane Kiffin. Hide all the single women. Baton Rouge and New Orleans. Goodness gracious. What are we going to do? These guys are fierce recruiters, top 3 brand in the country. I'm not sure any brand has grown more than LSU the last 26 years with once Saban lit the fire. Look at the players in the NFL and MLB and everything else. So, yeah. All right, Jay Meadows, you want to drop the La Lafayette coach? Yeah. All right. Kudos to Mississippi State fans. Yes. Your commitment, the way you do it, first class. The outfield was incredible. The smoke rolling over the field was unbelievable. The electricity in the crowd, again, there's too many that sit on their hands, so I want to give props. The thing got rolling, and there was electricity in the air and in the crowd. And I saw, I sat with my buddy Steve, and I saw people like really getting into the game, and I like to see that. Dancing and having fun, that's what I'm talking about. Sometimes it's been too much no fun zone within the fan base. And I loved seeing people. It was electric around us. It really was. And the women that get into the game, I love seeing that. We're now over 30% female audience, which is a tremendous asset for us. And that's damn cool. So we are the Out of Bounds Show. Let me give the text line one more time so that you can enter to win some Bocock Brothers cigars, Mississippi State or Ole Miss. 601-885-3776. This is the La Lafayette coach talking about how awesome Dudy Noble Field is and Mississippi State.
Tip the cap to Mississippi State. That is a team, in my 31 years, I tell you right now, they can go win that whole thing. And I'll be honest, I'll be pulling for them because I watch them, and they do it the right way. And they play the game the right way. And if we're going to go down, they had to kill us, and they did. They did. But I'm proud to be here. I'm proud to get to coach these boys, and I'm just thankful for this journey.
Well, let me tell you, that program is tough as nails. Mississippi State and Ole Miss both know about that. We've talked about the loaded travel ball scene in Louisiana, that the B players are really, really good, and many times they're A players. And they've committed years ago down there. They love it. And then the travel ball scene down there in Lafayette is insane, all the way through Louisiana. But they're tough. They got good players, and he's right. You have to get. They won't quit. I know the thing got away from them. They don't know what that means. They're tough as hell, and they'll play all night, all day. You name the field, the gravel, sand lot, whatever. So I thought that was pretty damn cool.
Folks like them are the reason there is no run rule in postseason baseball.
That's right. And what we saw over the weekend is, man, teams can be down, and all of a sudden, it's crazy. Yeah. I don't know if I've been watching it forever. I don't know if college baseball has always been like that. But damn, you'll be watching a game and it's 8-2, and then you look up and that team's winning 9-8. You gotta be careful. All of a sudden, there's a bomb and a couple of doubles, and but back to McPherson. Let me switch gears. Out of Bounds, ESPN 105.9 The Zone. Takeaway from the weekend was Hooks was phenomenal on Friday, for Ole Miss, and then they shut down. Arizona State didn't get a runner past second base for how long? And then I'm surprised it took 14 innings, to be honest. Somebody's calling me.
Nice.
Sweet. And then, of course, Will Libbert was phenomenal for Ole Miss over the weekend. We mentioned Dom Decker, who was at Murray State last year, and walk-off last night. That was strong. And Bianco, he's never going away. It just, they wanted to fire him 4 times this year. Now he's in a super regional. Fast forward, go over to Starkville. They owned college baseball over the weekend. It was, nobody had even close to the electricity, the crowd, the vibe. The culinary scene is off the hooks. I wish it was marketed that way, but it was unbelievable. I mean, the smoke smelled so good on Saturday night. I wish I could have gone out there to 15 different grills and tasted food. Duke Stone did what he needed to do.
He did.
It took him a minute, but give him credit. He got into rhythm and pitched well. Of course, Tomas, fantastic on Saturday, and then it took you a minute, but you got the hitting that you wanted. And then Sunday was it was really good to see Ryan McPherson get out there and throw us some stuff. Because it's going to take, I don't know how Duke Stone's going to pitch in that ballpark because he's a fly ball hitter in Georgia. Now, Mississippi State can crank in that park just as much as Georgia. Good Lord, Ole Miss was at a park where 342 to the right center. That is a crackerjack box out in Nebraska. But, yeah, Georgia can yank. There's no doubt they can mash, but Mississippi State can hit bombs in that ballpark too. So we'll just have to see how that looks. But great performances throughout the weekend for you as far as Rebs and Dogs on the mound and at the plate. And your coaches pushed the right button, and it feels really good today. Be a celebration at lunch and this afternoon around the grill as everybody kind of rehashes and looks back at the regional, but then we get excited about the Supers. Speaking of looking back, as we've looked back this morning, we're looking back, brought to you by Eye Care Professionals and Dr. Kirk Jeffries. If you need cataract surgery, you want to call Eye Care Professionals today. But routine eye exams, contacts, LASIK surgery, Eye Care Professionals has 2 locations on Lakeland Drive. One in Jackson, right off I-55, and Flowood Bellmead. EyeCare4MS.com. EyeCare4MS.com. That's the number 4. We're live in the Bank Plus studio. We are the Out of Bounds Show, ESPN 105.9 The Zone. Do we want to? I don't think I can segue quite yet into. Let's do some audio in the 8 o'clock on Eddie O. It's a great story. Oh yeah, it is. It is. Eddie, hide the women and children. Lane Kiffin and Ed Ogeron are on the same staff again. Good Lord. From bad boy frat house craziness in Los Angeles back in 01-02, as Pete Carroll and that dynasty was taken off, and they were young and full of blank and vinegar. I can't imagine the clubs and bars and spots that they hit from Manhattan Beach to Laguna. Kiffin, Eddie O, and Sark 24 years ago. Then they reunite in Tennessee, and then at Southern Cal when Lane moved out there. Then Lane's bounced. Eddie O takes over for him. They decide not to hire him. They hire Sark. But now Lane and Eddie O together in Baton Rouge. And Eddie O is already in front of the number 1 prospect in the country and down and giving him defensive line tips as they were locked up over the weekend on video.
Yes. More.
Let me tell you about Eddie O. You got to give this guy credit because he doesn't have to work, but he's over 60. But he still wants to be in the arena.
Yeah.
He wants to be in the mix. He wants to be, can I land this number 1 recruit? Or what? Lane gave him a list, whether it's probably not many players because, you just here are your 4 to 6 guys. I need you to go big game hunting.
That's it.
And Lane Train and Eddie O.
What better person?
Wow.
I mean.
Wow.
He literally put him on the top 10 and was like, look, this is you. Go handle business.
Yeah.
And then Ed's going to do it, and he's going to go make fun of all the other people who aren't as old as him and, do have to work, and he's still out working them. He gets to outwork everybody when he doesn't have to.
That's right.
So he's going to pull those recruits.
He's got that fierce work ethic coming from a blue collar, lower middle class family that everybody worked all the time to put food on the table and so on. And Eddie O is still big game hunting at 60-something years. Now, he's taking care of himself and all that. I mean, yeah, I guess he and Lane are at Hot Works right now. Well, that would have been an hour and a half ago, but whatever they're doing. I don't know if Eddie O is going to do hot yoga with him, but I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't either.
I mean, Eddie O loved working out on the beach and jogging because I had a friend run into him in Manhattan Beach a few years ago when Eddie O was, I don't remember if he was the interim or had just been bounced at Southern Cal. But he loved, there's great, y'all know there's great running and walking paths on the beach out there. But, Eddie O's got some LA in him, even though he's a Louisiana guy. He's got some LA in him. He spent a lot of time out at Southern Cal with Pete and Lane.
Yeah.
And as the interim coach.
That's right.
Yep. Yeah.
And he won.
I think he went 6-2.
Yeah, he won. Oh, yeah, he did.
On the way out.
Yeah, he won.
But Southern Cal, went with Sark, and that didn't work out either.
That Lynn Swan.
It's not going to work out at Texas either.
Nope.
But anyway, it's just a matter of time. That's with insane talent.
Right. Is that Hayden or Swan?
That was Hayden.
Hayden.
Yeah. Pat Hayden was a disaster. As an athlete, and that's saying something because the bar's not high. And he was a disaster.
How was he that bad?
Do you remember when he ran down from the press box onto the field when Sark was throwing a fit that they were mistreating him during the game? I don't know who was boat racing him. I mean, they were still a top 10. I mean, they're Southern Cal.
Right.
Stop. And you're in the Pac-12, which isn't any good. And you remember Pat Hayden coming down from the press box and running out on the field? What are we doing?
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I know. All right, I've got some good audio from Ed Ogeron. Congratulations to Brian O'Connor. Year one. Y'all wanted to melt down. We told y'all to. No, we didn't tell you. We thought hang in there. And you did. O'Connor, super. Bianco, super. Who's next, baby? Auburn, or I keep wanting to say Montgomery. Auburn or Milwaukee? I don't know. I mean, Montgomery's close to Auburn. What am I doing? Crazy pills time. All right, we are the Out of Bounds Show. We're powered by Farm Bureau Insurance. Bundle your auto and home and save with your local Farm Bureau Insurance agent. Go with the home team, as Jake Mangum likes to say.
WRKS Pickens Jackson.
All systems go.
Live from the Whiskey 61 Lounge inside the Bank Plus studio.
This is Al Warner.
Live in the studio. It's the Out of Bounds Show with Lowbounds. Streaming live worldwide on the Out of Bounds radio app. And on your radio at ESPN 105.9. All set? Let's go. The Zone.
Ooh.
Yeah, you know, I work for the Navy. You know, anytime I get around boats, I get overzealous.
Me too. We are the Out of Bounds Show, ESPN 105.9 The Zone. We've got more baseball in the state of Mississippi. We don't know where Ole Miss will be playing, but we know that Mississippi State will be heading to Athens, Georgia. Good college town. Yeah. And so the Georgia Bulldogs have owned Mississippi State, beating them 4 times this year. But we still got to roll it out and play this weekend, see what happens. And we'll see how that looks for Georgia. Trey Phelps, one of their best players, was ejected from the game yesterday, and Wes Johnson. Wes can appeal, evidently, but Trey can't. I don't know how that will look. But here we go. And then Ole Miss will be, I mean, they're big Milwaukee fans. If you've got your Milwaukee jersey or hat, you're going to need to get it out today and roll with that. So you got Auburn. And funny, Butch Thompson from Amory, Mississippi, who coached at Mississippi State. And, you know, he's been at Auburn for, I don't know how long, 12 years or something. But Butch Thompson's the head baseball coach for Auburn, super tied in with the state of Mississippi. And they got drilled on game 1, but now they've won 3 in a row. And now they're taking the if necessary game to tonight at Auburn. And Milwaukee is going, man, it's hot as hell down here. Man, it got hot yesterday, didn't it? I mean, it got warm over the weekend, but man, it got hot. We got on the boat. We had to turn the AC on, so we went a little faster than we usually. I mean, not fast, but like when you're cruising, you go super slow. Had to get that AC rolling in the boat, and but it was a good day for the Dogs and the Rebs, man. And Ole Miss with 2 wins in extra innings. Nice. Against Arizona State. And they're a good story, too. They have little to no NIL. That's a scrappy team, too. But anyway, UCLA's out. Southern Miss, I know that's tough. Good Lord. That's tough because that's kind of your sport. And Oz, I mean, they had a good year, but, you know, you didn't want to go 2 and barbecue in your own regional. That surprised me. Yeah. But here we are. And Little Rock comes out of Hattiesburg. And you'll go from there. Jacob Parker is the talk of the town. Purvis, Mississippi. They like baseball down there. Love it. You bet. They play it 23 hours a day. Yeah. I can tell you that. And I can tell you this. This is the kind of stuff that has the magic. And when you know, Ole Miss has gone through this in football here the last few years. When you get a good player, like a really good player, but then when you get one from Mississippi, be a bunch of kids trying to emulate Jacob Parker this morning out all over the state of Mississippi, including Purvis. I can't imagine how many Jacob Parker jerseys there'll be in Purvis in another week or 2. But he's a hell of a player. True freshman. Goodness.
He's so good.
Still can't believe he made it to campus. And that kid's got so much raw bone Mississippi power that he can miss a little bit and the ball still goes out of the ballpark, or he hits a missile. Now, when he connects, you need to be careful.
I believe Jay said it on the broadcast last night about it.
Jay Powell.
Talking about how even when he doesn't swing like he wants to, the barrel still finds the ball.
Yeah.
It's just
he's still learning. Yeah. And yet he's big time productive. And he is, well, O'Connor said it about midway through the season, give or take. It's too many games, too many weeks, too many shows. But O'Connor said it at some point midway through the season. Look, there are other guys who thought they were going to be playing. We didn't think Jacob Parker would be playing this year. And yet, I think at fall ball was tough, which is, remember, Mangum, I mean, it's not easy to have a great fall ball as a true freshman. Hell, Tanner Allen got hurt, but then ended up starting day one. It took Jake like 3, 4, 5, or 6 games, and he got in. But once Jacob, you had other guys that you thought were going to play, and yet when you got a guy that can swing the bat, one swing, change it, you got to play him. Somebody was talking about his fielding. I was like, can I quote him again? Billy Bean. I mean, fielding doesn't matter. I don't know what to tell y'all until it does. All right, we are the Out of Bounds Show, brought to you by Kessler Prime and the Renaissance. Just a mouth-watering, sizzling, medium rare ribeye, bacon wrapped shrimp, Elijah Craig Old Fashioned, Tito's Espresso Martini, KesslerPrime.com to make a reservation. Y'all can, Dogs and Rebs can dine out all over the Jackson Metro celebrating your regional win. And that's a win. Or yeah.
Your chest pokes out a little bit further.
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
Should. You got your game day on.
Dude, let me tell you, Starkville was rocking. Good. Gosh, those people were ready to go. And I ran into just crazy amount of people. It was so much fun. I got there on Thursday, as you know.
Right.
And Thursday night, I had an unbelievable meal. And Friday was fun. I don't love an 8 o'clock game, but it is what it is. And we did Two Brothers. Like I said, Terry Powell played at Two Brothers from 11 to 2. And that was fun. And we smashed some good food and some ice cold Michelob Ultras. It was a good time. And man. Then the stadium was electric. I was proud of that crowd. And the students, I don't know what you're going to do about the student section. You got to make it bigger quick, because that's like the juice that gets people hooked, that then, makes them want to come back for years and give back. And that's what you want to see.
What about one of the best moments of the weekend was the standing O that the Lipscomb pitcher got.
Yeah, that was really cool. That kid. That was a gutty performance from that young man, and he just wouldn't go away. So hell yeah, that was impressive.
Like seeing that.
Yeah, no doubt. The Dancing Rabbit Golf text line is 601-885-3776. 601-885-3776. Yeah, look, that's the best baseball experience in college baseball. It's not close. LSU and Arkansas are not close, even though they're good at, atmospheres.
Yeah.
You do 15,000 rolling on a Saturday night. It was on a heater insanity is what it was. I know you wish you were hosting a super, but you're there.
That's right.
And we've talked about it. You're going to hear me. You're going to get tired. There are damn good teams that are out.
Yeah.
They are not playing any more baseball this year. And you are. Dogs and Rebs. So, again, Auburn and Milwaukee tonight. Jackson's going to break down the Milwaukee pitching staff.
Milwaukee's hot.
And we'll go from there.
The whole state of Milwaukee's on fire right now in baseball. The Brooker went like 19-7 in May.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
so they're
hot.
They got some baseball teams that are heating up. And Milwaukee had been they were god-awful
forever
to start the year. I'm talking about
this year.
The college team, not the Brew Crew. All right, we're live in the Bank Plus studio. Hey, follow us on X at Bo Bounds. Tweet to us. We'll tell you how you can win some cigars, and we should have Steve Robertson at 8:30.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. I win. Google me.
Still the best. It is. I just.
Anybody else got any questions about any college jobs? There's not a booster with a big enough blank check.
Love it. I love it. We are the Out of Bounds Show, ESPN 1059, The Zone. Let's switch gears into some football. And we just went hardcore sports. I mean, I'm like, and we did that last week too. I mean, I like it, but I like talking food and beverages and travel and all that kind of good stuff. So we're going to switch gears and get an Eddie O recruiting story. Y'all ready? Out of Bounds, ESPN 1059, The Zone, powered by RPT, Rick's Pro Truck. Trucks live here, baby. 3 locations, ricksprotruck.com. ricksprotruck.com. You know what they do and how they do it. They're the best. Spraying bedliners, lift kits, tires, and wheels. Powered by RPT. ricksprotruck.com. That's ricksprotruck.com. Real quick. It's National Olive Day.
Okay.
Ice cold Tito's Martini with 3 olives. Why do you do 3? In honor of Dale Murphy. Why do you do 4? In honor of Dak Prescott.
Nice.
All right. Let's do this Eddie O recruiting story. This is great. Eddie O and Lane Kiffin have hooked up again. No pun intended, I guess. And they're on the LSU staff together. And this is Eddie O sharing an incredible recruiting story on Adrian Peterson. All right, well, we may have had a little false start there. All right, we are the Out of Bounds Show. We're powered by RPT and Rick's Pro Truck. The Dancing Rabbit Golf text line is 601-885-3776. And don't forget that our YouTube channel is sizzling. It's on fire, and we're on a heater. The channel is Out of Bounds Sports. Out of Bounds Sports is the YouTube channel. And we're going to have this Eddie O recruiting audio on Adrian Peterson. Eddie O understands what you have to do to get a player. All right, well, that's fine. We're live in the Bank Plus studio, Out of Bounds, ESPN 1059, The Zone.
Show me the money!
Whoa. That is what Eddie O said when he went down to see the number 1 recruit right out of the gate. LSU's going to end up with the number 1 or number 2 class, maybe number 3 in the country. All right, here we go. We're going to try one more time. This is Eddie O on the Adrian Peterson recruiting story.
Talk to you about. So we tried to get in the deal, but everybody else. And I know he don't mind me saying this. So I said, Adrian, what is the other thing we need to talk about? My daddy's incarcerated in Texarkana. Bob Stoops has already going in there to see him. He said, Coach, I got to go see my dad, man. And if you can convince my dad to come to USC, I want to come. But there's another thing I need to talk to you about. So we tried to get in the jail, but everybody else tried. They wouldn't let them do it. So I said, Adrian, what is the other thing we need to talk about? And he goes, Coach, my dad will get to watch me play in Texarkana. They play Oklahoma games. Because I'm not going to Texas. I'm going to Oklahoma. I said, Adrian, if your daddy, if they showed them USC games over there, would you come? He said, Coach, I'd come tomorrow. If you promise me my daddy could see every one of my games. I went back to Los Angeles. I went to speak to the mayor. Went to speak to every influential person that I could talk to. And I tried to get Adrian's daddy transferred from Texarkana to Los Angeles jail, man. I tried. I busted my butt. I couldn't do it, man. Just there's too many red tape.
Were you ever close?
No. They looked at me like, you can't do that, man.
Is that the greatest distance you ever gone to try to get a player?
No, it's not. But, I mean, that was just another day for Eddie O. He was talking about when he was at Southern Cal under Pete Carroll, and that was Ed Ogeron. and he was recruiting Adrian Peterson, whose father was incarcerated in Texarkana. And so Bob Stoops had already gone down to see Adrian Peterson's dad to get the blessing and to make they can get Oklahoma games in the penitentiary or whatever. And Eddie O, of course, he's a national recruit, as y'all all know, and he's one of the, you could easily argue, top 5 running backs of all time. And Eddie O comes in, and he's trying to figure out what it will take, and that's what Adrian Peterson told him. And Eddie O goes as far as to go talk to some of the highest level people in Los Angeles to get him transferred from Texarkana to Los Angeles, which honestly, I can't believe Eddie O didn't get that done. Just knowing kind of Eddie O, and he's one of the most aggressive recruiters in the history of college football. And what did he tell Mike Detillier? I used to go in the back door with the cash. Now I can just go in the front door, Mike. It's legal, baby. And that's so damn good. Oh, but, yeah, look, this guy is Mario, like Eddie O, Mario Cristobal, Kirby's relentless. Lane has become a much better recruiter. And I really think that was his time under Saban. I mean, I know he got it earlier because Pete Carroll can sell used chewing gum out here on 463. He can sell, for $30 a pop. Hey, I just chewed this gum for 20 minutes, no but doubt. Here it's the greatest thing ever. And if you chew it, you'll have the most amazing day you've ever had. I mean, these Pete Carroll, Ed Ogeron, Mario Cristobal, Kirby Smart, but Lane, I think he was always pretty damn good when focused. Right. And he's talked about that a lot, when he was and when he wasn't. And, sobriety and all the different things that have helped him. I mean, he's still a weirdo, but brilliant. But the thing with, I think Mario Cristobal is the best recruiter in college football. But Eddie O still got some juice. Even in his 60s, he's energetic, working out, and he's going to get Lane some big-time 4 and 5, and he will get Lane. Okay. I mean, LSU gets 4 and 5 star players regardless, but you can't ever have enough, and you can't ever have enough recruiters. And Eddie O knows the story and knows how to sell. He knows how to sell wherever. It wouldn't matter where he was, but he knows how to sell the LSU life and story.
Yeah.
So
he is the LSU life and story.
That's a good point.
I mean,
yeah, he signed there, made the mistake of getting homesick and leaving, and may have thought that was it for me. I'll never really be tied in. I'll never have a degree from there. And yet things happen, and he ends up being the interim and then the head coach and winning a national championship. And now he's back as an assistant with Lane Train. And they're going to dominate.
Oh, my gosh.
Just so you know, they're going to dominate the news. Because whatever they do, because they're so, now Lane's outgoing, but Eddie O is so outgoing, and the fact that Big Cat, is it Big Cat?
Yeah.
Big Cat interviewed both of them in 1 week down in Baton Rouge. Anything they do and anywhere they go is the number one headline in college football. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. So, here we go, babe. And Pete Golding's doing some good recruiting.
He is.
I mean, that's a joke to me.
Whoa. That's not what I meant to say. All right, we'll see if Steve Robertson's up. Big game for Ole Miss tonight and for Auburn. Auburn against Milwaukee. Win in advance, lose and go home. So it's National Olive Day. So shout out to a super ice cold Tito's martini with 3 olives in honor of Dale Murphy. You can have that at Taste Italian Kitchen in the Renaissance as you're waiting on your wood-fired pizza or your shrimp scampi, or Taste Italian Kitchen in Starkville. We want to welcome in how about this? Hail State Baseball Insider, Steve Robertson, genespage.com, 247 Sports. He joins us on the Farm Bureau Insurance guest line. Are you okay with that intro?
Oh, yeah. That's fine. You know, just don't call me late for dinner. Everything else is good.
Okay. I know you were up late, but I know you were glad you were up late covering Brian O'Connor and Bryce Chance's last game in Dudy Noble Field. Let's go back to that. You talked about it a month or so ago. Before we get into Tomas and Jacob Parker and all this stuff, McPherson with a really good showing that's getting people excited and believe that they can go to Georgia and really, really compete. And it's going to be hard to beat a team. You damn sure hope it's hard to beat a team 6 times. So Bryce Chance, I mean, we talked about it, Steve, but how incredible a story is this from walk-on out of MRA to one hell of a baseball player for Mississippi State?
You know what's so interesting about that? I thought about that when they had the first ovation for him, you know, because everybody thought, well, maybe this is his last at bat. But you start doing the math and think, yeah, he's probably going to bat again. But why not, right? Why not give him 2 standing ovations? And the things that I think about with Bryce Chance, and every single year, we've had a segment of our fan base that expected us to recruit over Bryce Chance. This year, even coming into his senior year, many of our fans felt like he wouldn't even play. You know, they thought, well, you know, O'Connor's brought in a couple of outfielders from Virginia. Then you get, Vito Valenkas, and a lot of people thought he wouldn't even play. And then he gets one of the greatest ovations that we've seen at Dudy Noble Field as a goodbye from the fan base. And it's absolutely incredible. And, you know, Bryce kind of embodies what Mississippi State's all about. You know, he's the guy that maybe is a little bit undervalued, but you get every bit of him. He gives you absolutely everything. And I don't know if this team is where they are today without Bryce Chance.
Yeah.
I go back to the Brian O'Connor moment when they had the big Bulldog Challenge, you know, and I don't think anybody in the fan base expected Bryce Chance to win the Diamond Dog Challenge, the physical skills test and all that kind of stuff, and then he does. And I thought that was Bryce's way of letting Brian O'Connor know, well, Coach, you can trust me because I'll be here for you.
Right. It's a beautiful story. Madison Ridgeland Academy, walk-on, and multi-year starter, as Steve Robertson said. Bryce Chance, hell of a career and more ball to play. All right, let's talk Jacob Parker. O'Connor said that they didn't expect him to play this year. You cover fall ball. I mean, we've had other guys. Mangum didn't have the fall ball he wanted, and yet he was the batting champ as a freshman once he got inserted, whatever it was, 6 or 7 games in his true freshman year. But Jacob is a freak. He's special. One swing, he can change the game. He's from down where you're from. They didn't even expect to get him to campus. And early on, as you know, he was a better prospect than his brother, but he's in Starkville. I mean, when was the last time you had this kind of electricity in a bat as a true freshman? Will Clark in 83?
Yeah, maybe. You know, obviously Mangum excited people because, you know, he wasn't the power hitter, but he was the guy that was always going to get on base. Matter of fact, I had a chance to visit with John Mangum yesterday. He came up for the games.
Oh, nice.
You know, yeah, I mean, they're Bulldogs, man. But, you know, the thing, when he hit the first bomb, I turned to Mark Etheridge and I said, that's the face of the Southeastern Conference for the next 2 years. And I think that's really the case. The one of the things that jumps out the most to me about Jacob Parker is not the power, it's not the defense, it's the humility. That you get him out there, there's so many guys that would be so obnoxious, and we're seeing so much of that in college baseball. And we got to get a handle on that, you know. But he does things the right way, and he's so easy to cheer for, right? Because he's never drawing attention to himself by his antics. He's drawing attention to himself by his ability, and he is a team-first guy. And, man, that kid has hit some big bombs. And now he's just 2 home runs behind the school freshman record for home runs. And, you know, you're guaranteed 2 more games, and you're going to get a chance to go play in probably the greatest launching pad in college baseball this weekend. So who knows? Look out, Rafi.
Yeah.
Jacob Parker's coming.
And Rafi was in the house, you know?
Yeah, visited with him and Lynn on Friday. And
so cool.
Love them. You know, and it's like, again, there's a building across the parking lot with his name on it.
Yeah.
And then he's still coming to campus and cheering for the Dogs. You know, it had been so easy for Rafi to just kind of fade into the sunset, but he has embraced this fan base. And I interviewed him I've written a couple of my books, and I remember being there in 19 in Omaha, and all of a sudden I look out there and there are fans pulling up out there at the hotel, and there's Rafael Palmeiro helping them get their luggage out of the car. And I asked him, I was like, dude, what is this about? He goes, man, Mississippi State people never turned on me.
Yeah.
And he goes, so now it's my turn to give back to them. And that, I think, again, it just kind of speaks to how special Mississippi State baseball is.
He is so much fun to hang out with. I got to watch game 1, Steve, Mississippi State and Arizona State at Globe Life with him, and all smiles and, man, taking pictures and all that kind of stuff. It was really good to see Palmeiro in the house. All right. Look, Stone, Tomas, and McPherson all I thought did their thing in a variety of different ways. But let's talk McPherson. I know he gave up a few runs, but I thought he looked really good last night and really confident. But you cover this team all the time. What was your takeaway, Steve?
You know, after Parker went out there and talked to him, he had a stretch right around 45 pitches, you know, kind of like it was at A&M. All of a sudden, he kind of began to fade a little bit. Parker went out there. I don't know what adjustment he told him to make, but he was lights out the rest of the way. And, you know, when you got a big lead, you just got those strikes. You know, he gives up the one tank there, and, you know, people kind of begin to get a little bit worried. But, you know, getting Ryan McPherson back, even at, you know, 80%, 90%, is something nobody else in the country is able to do, right? I mean, you're getting your Friday night starter back for postseason baseball. And it's not like you're just throwing him out there. There's been a plan, and Brian O'Connor has told us that throughout the year. And the most important part of it was to have him ready for the postseason. And so Georgia hadn't faced him, and that's a big thing, right? So that's somebody brand new.
Yes.
And now the game 1 of the Super Regional, Trey Phelps will not be eligible to participate, which I think is very significant. But, you know, Duke pitched well against them, and all 4 of these games have been competitive. But State's not looking to be competitive. They're looking to win some games. And I can tell you there's some people at Georgia we're happy to see us on their side of the bracket. But, you know, we'll pack the car and we'll head to Athens, Georgia this weekend and see if the Bulldogs can get to Omaha.
Have they officially announced what the days are, Steve?
They'll do that today once everybody's done. I asked last night, just thinking maybe we've gotten some advance notice, but they said no. It's the TV will make that decision after all the games are final today, or at some point today, so everybody can kind of begin to make arrangements. But
okay,
you know, this time of year, this is what you play the whole year for. This every bit of everything you do, fall ball and spring scrimmages, and everything you do is for this. Mississippi State. And for that matter, Ole Miss are not the kinds of programs that are just happy to go make a regional. You know, we're trying to get to Omaha and compete for national championships. Yeah. And so that's the takeaway of everything. That's the difference in the elite programs and those that are just happy to be in the postseason.
Steve Robertson, genespage.com, 247 Sports. How cool was it when Tomas left the bullpen on Saturday night? That place was rocking with 15,000 plus. How cool was it, you in the stadium covering the team, to see that?
Well, I just think it showed that so many people recognized the importance of the moment. And, you know, Tico's the guy. And honestly, there's been more pressure put on him this year because of Ryan McPherson's injury too, and he's responded. And, you know, yeah, he's had some outings that hadn't been, you know, Cy Young quality, but, man, that's a guy that Mississippi State's been able to count on. I mean, there's not one outing you look back and say, well, he let us down. He has competed to the zenith of his ability in every start, and he is so incredibly competitive. And I mean, it's I go back to that first inning at Hoover, and a game that didn't mean a ton for Mississippi State, and there's a little pop fly towards the Missouri dugout, and you got your future first rounder diving into peat gravel out there to try to catch a pop.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody was excited about that, but it says a lot about Tico, right? I mean, it says a lot about him, and so Duke had a good start, and I think for the first time in a long time, Mississippi State fans feel like, hey, our weekend rotation can go out there and compete against anybody.
Okay, what do you think happens if it is a Friday, Saturday, Sunday? Do you think he goes back with Tomas, even though it's one day? I mean, that's still plenty of time, but it's one day less than he usually gets, Steve?
Well, if you look at what his record is on short rest, it's not even a question, right? And I think especially with Phelps out of the lineup, that changes things so dramatically, right? When you lose a player of that caliber for the game. I mean, so Mississippi State's got to take advantage. I mean, you're going to go out there and you're going to do all you can to go win that ball game. And I guarantee you Tico wants the ball. And obviously you're not going to move, Ryan up to Friday. I think you keep the rotation where it is and you run it 1, 2, 3 with Tico. Probably, I guess you go Tico, Duke, and then Ryan. So I think that's the order that I would expect him to go.
Okay. Steve Robertson talking Hail State baseball. They punched their ticket to the Super Regional. They'll play in Athens. So, Steve, it's either Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Is that right?
That's correct. Yeah, that's correct. I was trying to convince myself last night that it was Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It's not, which doesn't make a lot of sense. But of course, TV dictates so much, and it's like it's a blessing and a curse, right? I mean, it's like you're at the mercy of TV, but man, what a blessing it is to have all these games televised.
No doubt. All right, let's go to Ryder Woodson. 2 bombs. It was good to see him smiling. It's been an up and down deal. He didn't play a lot at NC State, but O'Connor likes him. Stayed with him in and out of the lineup. What's your takeaway on Woodson's bat getting heated up and hot?
I know maybe I'm an old school guy, and maybe this is an old school approach, but I tend to trust the guys that see the guys practice every day, and not just see a snapshot of a guy, and I think it says, again, a lot about Brian O'Connor and kind of said it last night. There were a few times, kind of all throughout the season, just kind of settling him down and, getting him going is huge. And he's hit some big home runs here. The last month has been kind of what people envisioned with him. And some of our fans have been really unfair to him. It's like that botched double play against Cincinnati. Gary didn't give him a good feed there, but Ryder's the one that has to wear it in the eyes of some of our fans, like he can do no right. But he's done a lot of right the last month. And that's another thing you look at as you're heading into Super Regionals. All of a sudden, the one spot in the 9 that you've been the most worried about, now all of a sudden you're starting to get quality play and get good production in the batting order. And so, again, everybody says you want to be playing your best baseball as you get in the postseason. And I think you could make the case that that's where Mississippi State is.
Yeah. I mean, everybody contributed and played pretty much. I mean, Maluski he hit the ball hard at times and didn't get rewarded, but also made some stuff happen. What about Reed Stallman playing well? Also, a couple of great plays in the field. Parker playing that ball off the wall Saturday night and drilling that dude at second base. I mean, it was some really clean baseball and efficient this weekend.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here counting in my head. Vito gets a grand slam in his last at bat at Dudy Noble, and of course Jacob Parker hit 3 home runs, and Reese hit 3 home runs, and Ryder hit a couple of home runs, and Garrett Fry hit a home run, and I can't remember if Reed hit one, but he earns a spot on the all-tournament team, and we were kind of joking, me and Mark Etheridge. I said, when did Reed Stallman turn into Andres Galarraga over there at first base? I mean, it's like you couldn't get the ball by him. And then, of course, Maluski hits the tank. And, again, it's a team effort. And you go back, and I think the last 2 ball games of the regional, I can't remember the Lipscomb box score, but the last 2 ball games, every single player in the starting 9 found a way to get on base. Oh, wow. And the majority of those were obviously with hits. But Vito Valenkas doesn't get a hit against Cincinnati, but yet he gets 2 walks in HVP. I mean, when you've got all the horses pulling in the right direction, you can get a lot accomplished.
Vito Valinkas looks like he's 30 years old. He looks like he's playing for the Jackson Mets in 19. It's just crazy. I love watching him play. Man, he's kind of a throwback old soul. Am I going down the right road there, Steve?
Well, he can hit the baseball, and that was kind of the thing coming in. My wife even called me out, and she's not the typical wife. She's very much a college baseball mom, but she told me the other day Vito had a big ball game. She said, I just want to call you out because you said earlier in the year you didn't know if he could hit quality pitching, and now he's done it in the Southeastern Conference, and now we're doing it in the postseason. I said, you got me. Okay, I blew it. They're not all going to be winners, babe. But the reality of it is, I mean, again, if you had told me a month ago that he's going to be the everyday left fielder, I don't know that I believe that because I thought Aiden Teal would still be in center and Beans would be in left, but you talk about a guy taking advantage of his opportunity. And he said something earlier in the year that I thought was very profound. He said, I don't know how much more baseball I have left, so I'm going to go out there and give them all every day. And that's the attitude everybody should have.
Valinkas and Valencius, the brothers playing. I mean, it's a cool story. And do you get the sense that Tomas is kind of the driving force behind the team? I know he's just a sophomore. It's his first year. But, man, he's got some moxie and some swagger and some blank you in him. Are you picking up on that?
Oh, absolutely. And, again, it's, the guys that exude confidence, kind of instill confidence in others. And it's not a cockiness, right? But he expects to win every time he goes out there. And so, when you're a position player and you got a guy like him pounding the zone, you can stay engaged. And when you don't get bored out there, because he's going to go out there and compete. And occasionally he's going to give up a tank, and that's what guys that compete do. I mean, you're like, hey, here's my best stuff. You can hit it. And, occasionally he's giving up a home run here or there, but there's still more in the tank with him. Another year in our strength and conditioning program. And, one of the things that I thought where he's shown some maturity in the last month, I go back to South Carolina, and the Friday night game, he doesn't get a call. And it was obvious. I mean, he didn't get a call. It should have been strike 3. Didn't get it. And he pouted a little bit. Well, the next thing you know, you give up a base hit. And then you overthrow the next pitch, and it's another base hit. And then it's a 3-run bomb. So in 3 pitches, we go from being out of the inning to all of a sudden it's a 4-3 ball game because our pitcher maybe didn't show the maturity that was required, right? Well, that hadn't been the case. He's learned from that. So now if he doesn't get a call, he just kind of powers through it and tries to overcome it. And that's the maturation that you want to see in a guy like him, especially a guy that's expected to be a big leaguer at some point. But again, we could pick every player that is a regular contributor, and we can talk about at some point in the year they had to overcome something, and that's the thing you want, guys that have faced adversity. And O'Connor referenced that last night. Teams that have already encountered adversity don't panic when they experience a little bit more.
Yeah. All right, now let's go to Georgia. You mentioned early in the interview, Steve Robertson, genespage.com. I'm looking here. They're loaded up on baseball content, video, stories, the whole thing. And Steve is going to the Super Regional in Athens, genespage.com, 247 Sports. All right, what's your take here? Georgia's 4-0 against Mississippi State. But you just mentioned McPherson's back. And they've got some more bats heated up for now in the lineup. It's damn hard to beat a team 6 times. What is the one thing? What's the one big thing that you're focused on with this matchup as they go against each other for game number 5?
There is zero pressure on Mississippi State. Zero. Absolutely zero. All the pressure is going to be on Georgia. And now that Trey Phelps isn't playing in game 1, there's even greater pressure on Georgia because now all of a sudden you're going to face Pico Valinkas, one of the best pitchers in the country, and you're not going to have your leader. You're not going to have your guy, your tone setter. And so before we even go take the field, everybody's thinking on the UGA side, it's like, dude, we got to go face this guy. We don't have Trey. So now all of a sudden there's a lot of pressure on you because you're the top 8 and the fact that you've already beat Mississippi State this year. There's a lot of people just going to assume, well, they'll just beat them again, But in that clubhouse, they're not feeling that. And I don't need to interview anybody to know that. all the pressure is on them. They're the top 8. They're the team that's had the historic season, and with good reason, right? But I like where State sits in this thing. People talk about, well, they hit all these home runs. We get to swing in that same little bandbox of the ballpark too. It's a launching pad, and there's a lot of 360 foot flyouts at Dudy Noble Field that'll lead to people circling the bases at Foley Field. And it's warm, and I hadn't looked at the weather report, but I just like where State sits in this thing. Getting McPherson back, a guy they don't know, a guy that is the consummate competitor. And they're a team now that's had their head coach ejected. He didn't get any further penalty, but that drama yesterday, I don't think is good for Georgia as we head into a super.
Okay. All right. So we know that they're going to play game 5 and 6 against each other. Possibly game 7 in Athens. And so Will Coggin and Wes Johnson have gotten the better of Mississippi State this year. Steve makes a good point that some of the bats have gotten hot. And if you go to a game, all right, do you think McPherson could be slotted in game 2, or you think they're going to keep him at game 3, Steve?
That's the decision that O'Connell will have to make. And, knowing all these years of covering baseball and coaching baseball, it's so difficult to do that, especially with a guy that's just rounding back in the form. Now, McPherson would want the baseball.
Right.
But Duke Stone's want the baseball, too. And if you go back and look, Duke pitched exceptionally well against Georgia. Got to get the pitch count down a little bit. But I think it's tough to move McPherson.
Whether you love them on a pizza or in a martini.
All right.
So we'll just kind of see how things play out.
Okay. Cool. Steve Robertson, genespage.com, 247 Sports. He joined us on the Farm Bureau Insurance guest line. Great job by you and your team covering baseball over the weekend. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
All right. So Steve will head to Athens, and he'll have video and stories and all kinds of stuff. They may have somebody else going with him, but, the two brothers on the team, that's a pretty damn cool story in Starkville with Tomas and Vitas. Valinkas and Valencius. What? Anyway, it's pretty odd. Tomas is, he's had a really good year. He's just a sophomore. He comes in with O'Connor from Virginia. He's coming back. McPherson's coming back. Duke Stone can come back. I mean, they were talking about on the broadcast that you could, they thought, most talented staff coming back. Now, you're not going to bring everybody, right, back, but you will bring back Tomas and McPherson, and if you want Stone, which I assume you do, bring him back and so on. I don't know what, Charlie Foster and stuff like that, but there's some others. Jack Bauer, I know he didn't have the performance he wanted maybe last night, but when you're throwing 99 to 100 from the left side, you want to bring him back and get him rolling. So there's a lot of talent there. Congratulations to Mississippi State and Ole Miss for advancing to the Super Regionals. All eyes on Auburn and Milwaukee tonight. Auburn wins, they host Ole Miss. Milwaukee wins, they just pack up, drive to Oxford, and Ole Miss will host a Super Regional. Mississippi State knows they're going to Athens this weekend. We're live in the Bank Plus studio. Don't forget the YouTube channel is on fire. Out of Bounds Sports. YouTube channel, Out of Bounds Sports. Check out that Tanner Allen talking about Jake Mangum and the impact that Jake had on him when he was a freshman. It's pretty cool.
WRKS Pickens Jackson.
All systems go.
Live from the Whiskey 61 Lounge inside the Bank Plus studio.
It's now morning.
Live in the studio. It's the Out of Bounds Show with Lowbound. Streaming live worldwide on the Out of Bounds radio app. And on your radio at ESPN 105.9. All set? Let's go. The Zone.
Love them on a pizza.
And good morning. Welcome into the Out of Bounds Show, ESPN 105.9 The Zone, brought to you by Taste Italian Kitchen in the Renaissance and Starkville. Fantastic Italian food. And, man, the atmosphere's two of the prettiest bars in the state of Mississippi or in this region. And private dining rooms here and up there, so great spot. It's National Olive Day, and I like green olives in my ice-cold Tito's Martini. I like black olives on my pizza. Always have. Love black olives. I'm about to ask Straight Funk. If I had to guess, he's not going to go with olives either way. Because, I mean, you're more of a chicken strip and fries guy. You're meat and taters, which there's nothing wrong with. But would you eat a pizza with black olives on it?
That is it was a big time no until like 3 months ago.
Okay, what happened?
Mackenzie likes black olives. And I got them.
I knew she was smarter than you.
Yeah, she likes them. They're not bad. Am I going to go out of my way to pick it?
Fantastic in salads. They're great on pizza. They're really good in pasta.
They are.
And of course they're good on green or black are good on charcuterie boards.
But it's green all the way on the martini, and I can do that.
It is.
Love those.
It is. Because that's the appetizer.
That's right.
You can also put green olives. Well, I guess you could do black olives, but you can do green olives in a Bloody Mary too. When I went to Two Brothers on Saturday morning to go see Terry Powell and say hello, and then he played there, I started with the Tito's Bloody Mary. They had cooked that thick bacon that they do. And so that was my first request with our waitress. I got there before anybody because I wanted to get a table.
Sure.
And I wanted to talk to Terry Powell and then get a table and then get my Tito's Bloody Mary. And man, that thick bacon that they do, it's ridiculous. I love bacon on pizza too.
Well, yeah.
I don't know if there's anything I don't like bacon in.
That's a better question.
I mean, I'll put bacon in a Tito's Martini.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
I think you get away with that.
Yeah. But olives are great.
They are.
What else? Let's see. Fred Astaire, Churchill, all those cats made olives and martinis fun. And Sinatra. Still see the pic of Sinatra holding a martini with olives. So, so you changed a little bit,
a tad,
and you've gone from. Are you just a straight pepperoni pizza guy?
No, see, I don't even like pepperoni.
Oh,
no, I'd rather have
like Canadian bacon or straight bacon or.
Give me the bacon. You know, it's a
or burger meat, whatever I'm trying to say as a topping.
Honestly,
this is all brought to you by the wood-fired pizzas at Taste Italian Kitchen in the Renaissance. Go ahead.
Well, I was about to say with the way Taste has made their pizzas, it's and a couple of other partners, I've grown to just kind of eat the pizza as it comes.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a reason the pizza comes like that.
Yeah,
that's my thought on it.
See, I like I can do. I don't want fruit.
No,
I think that's nonsense.
No.
But veggies and meat, load it up.
Right. Fruit shouldn't count.
I'm a supreme pizza. I'm in.
See,
I can't think of anything I mean, I'll take tomatoes, black olives, green peppers, all the protein, bacon, hamburger meat, all of it. All of it.
Yeah, loaded with bacon.
Shrimps.
On pizza.
On pizza.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Do you really?
I like that.
That surprises me.
Shrimps?
Yeah.
I can live off shrimp.
Okay.
Steamed and grilled.
Whoa. What?
I don't like fried shrimp.
You don't like fried shrimp? That's
it.
interesting.
Ain't
I love fried shrimp.
Too much batter.
In fact, I had a fried shrimp po' boy at Martin's in Livingston last week.
That I can do.
Yeah.
Well, I can do anything.
And then I did their appetizer, too.
Which?
Yeah.
Which one?
So they'll either fried shrimp or saute their appetizer.
Oh, nice work.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's fabulous.
Gotcha.
Pair it with a cup of gumbo. It's good. All right. Well, what do we got here? Thin crust. I love a thin crust.
Oh, okay. Pizza, yeah.
I like a hand toss too.
Is there
not
a go-to?
a super deep dish guy, but I'll have a slice of good quality, wherever we're going. But I'd rather have thin crust first.
Okay.
And then hand toss second.
Now, does that have to do with your upbringing?
I don't think so.
Well, I mean, I get to that because didn't thin crust come out when you were eating a bunch of pizza?
That's a good question.
Right?
I don't remember when.
Had to have coincided. When they rolled thin crust out.
I don't know when they rolled thin crust out. When did Domino's roll thin crust out? I mean, it was hand tossed forever.
Yeah.
Or maybe I just didn't know it and never ordered it as a kid through college. And then you get into the flatbreads and the thin crust and things like that.
Debuted in 1993.
Oh, yeah. I'd been ordering Domino's for a while by then.
Yeah.
So that was the Domino's on North State Street across from Baptist opened in 1980. I don't know, 3 or 4 or 5. So we had already been rolling with.
Right.
We could either get it to our house in minutes or I could ride my bike up there and pick it up.
All right, hit me with when you were doing that.
God, Greek olives.
Did your parents allow you to order the pizza?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. When I was a kid, I was Canadian bacon and green peppers, which is really weird because most kids are just pepperoni or Canadian bacon or just meat,
Cheese.
But I was Canadian bacon and green peppers forever. I don't know why. That just hit right.
That is different.
Yeah. And then, I don't know when I got into the the thin crust kick.
When it hit the scene, it hit the scene.
Yeah. Well, let's ask our listeners, what's your favorite crust? Thin crust, hand toss, or deep dish?
Stuffed.
The Dancing Rabbit Golf text line is 601-885-3776. What'd you say?
Stuffed. Got to have stuffed crust.
No, that's so overboard.
Dude, so good.
No, it's not.
So good.
You don't, only in America do we think, hey, we have to order a pizza, but then we got to stuff the crust with cheese. No.
Add it.
No. I don't understand.
What
it's
if
like it's like thinking that you need to upsize your combo meal.
Oh, that's obvious.
What are we doing?
25 cents. Give me the upper.
Yeah, because you need more fries and soft drink.
That's right. Well,
Good.
what if they culinary it up and make it pretty?
Ooh, 3 hump can't. If they culinary it
like
up,
stuffing different things in the crust.
No.
Okay.
You're doing something that doesn't. It's overkill. You're doing something that doesn't need to be done.
That's right.
It's like too much sauce on food. Drives me crazy. It means you're covering something up.
That's right.
If your food's good, you don't need to drown it in sauce. 3 Hump Camel says, add feta to a Supreme Pizza. That's a pro move for y'all. I love feta. Love it. We had some Edam cheese this weekend. We sliced it up. Mississippi State Edam. It is so good. I forgot how good it is because I really do 99% of the time the jalapeno. But now I'm back on the Edam kick. Powered by Mississippi's college town. And that would be Starkville and Mississippi State University. Find us on X at Bo Bounds. We'll tell you how to win some Bocock Brothers, Ole Miss, and Mississippi State cigars coming up next. Man, let's do this thing.
Show me the money!
Yep, that's what Bianco and Brian O'Connor are saying. They both just hit bonuses. They want more. I mean, they want more wins. They're already making tons of money, but you know the drill. We are the Out of Bounds Show, ESPN 105.9 The Zone. I've got a question on the Dancing Rabbit golf for you. For you. I want you to hit me with what you think. All right? On the Dancing Rabbit golf text line, SEC football question, 601-885-3776. Is Lane Kiffin the most fascinating coach in college football right now? I mean, there's no debate, is it? Number 2 is Cignetti, Kirby. I can't think of anybody else. I think Sark tried to be a week or so ago with his Ole Miss basket weaving comments. Cristobal hasn't been, he may get a little, it's hard to like mix it up in the ACC in football. So even though he's at when they're doing the right thing, a program that's got some fire in Miami, he's still, when you're in the ACC, you're still a little off the grid. Dabo over times has been polarizing. Of course, Ole Miss fans are mad at Dabo right now because, I mean, I don't know if they really care, but they were upset with his comments a few months ago over the linebacker that left Clemson to go to Ole Miss. And Dabo rubs people wrong. He just does because he's preachy, he's kind of always on his. Here's the direction you could go. That he's kind of always on his moral high horse, and we know people like that, especially in the Sun Belt. Yeah, but it's Lane. I mean, Ryan Day's won a national championship, but he's not interesting. Kyle Whittingham's at Michigan. He is a hell of a football coach. He was at Utah forever. He took over for Urban Meyer, to give you an idea of how long he was at Utah. And just left and was going to head to the house, and then the Michigan job opened up. And I'll give them credit. When Sharon Moore, when all that stuff went to hell, they made a good hire. He wasn't going to work anyway, but Whittingham can flat out coach, but he's just, he's just a guy that's locked in. I just don't think Sark has the sizzle. I don't think anybody else in the league is that interesting. I mean, Golding's interesting only because he worked under Lane and got the job. And everything will always, all the questions will come back to him as far as, about Lane. Who, what, where, when, why. Well,
he's interesting because of Lane.
Yeah. And Lane's run. That's it.
I mean.
Right. He doesn't have like some kind of sizzle on social media or this, that, the other. Even Sark, even though he's at a monster brand, I don't really see it. But, I mean, if he wants to mix it up, then I guess he could get in the deal. The problem is none of them can troll or get trolled like Lane. No. And Lane doesn't care. Like, he doesn't care when he looks like a dumbass. Right. And he doesn't care when, of course, when he's, taking a recruit from you or bragging that they just landed a 4 or 5 star guy or, whatever it is. Or taking shots at Ole Miss, right? Or whoever, again, that game's going to be insanity. September 19th.
Does the SEC?
What are y'all going to do? What is Ole Miss? What is Oxford going to do? Is there enough booze in the town? I don't even know.
No way.
God,
they're going to burn it.
I mean, if Patrick Kelly has me up that week, which I hope he does, at Finch and Kelly, I'm going to have to go up Wednesday and do the Thursday show because by Thursday afternoon, that place is going to, Wednesday will be busy. Thursday will be insane. Friday will be, you can't move. And Saturday, you got all day to pregame before the most hated, the most successful football coach in your history and now the most hated villain
That's right.
in the history of your school. Like, it makes Tommy Tuberville's I'm not leaving unless it's in a pine box look like child's play.
Yeah, that's in the rear view.
You know?
Man, he loves it. Lane just loves all this.
Yeah, he does. And he's just going to continue to stoke the fire.
Yeah. I mean, does the SEC not need Lane? I know it's hard to need
the
somebody,
SEC does need
but
Lane.
they need Lane.
Yeah, the SEC needs Lane. And maybe Juice. And maybe they need Eddie O. I mean, we now have Lane and Eddie O on the same staff.
Oh, man. I love that. Dude, let Orgeron.
I bet Charlie Weiss Jr. and Baker, LSU's defensive coordinator, I bet they're like, and look, you've got a bunch of characters in the coaching profession, okay? You know, dudes that are just wired all sorts of different ways. Because it's a wild, nomadic profession.
Right.
But you know Charlie Weiss Jr. has already called some of his friends and gone, dude, you won't believe how this guy rolls when he walks in the office.
Yes. No doubt.
Now, if they've already had a cookout,
yeah,
you know, at somebody's house,
right,
and Eddie O is like the staff.
Yeah.
I can't. I would love to know what Weiss Jr. and the others, because Lane's known Eddie O for 25 years,
right?
But for some of these guys, he's new.
Brand new.
By the way, Ole Miss will play 3 straight night games to open up the 2026 season. Damn. So they'll play Louisville in Nashville Titans Stadium at 6:30, week 1. That's a big game.
It is.
Big game. Week 2, they play somebody that nobody's real interested in. Let me look it up. Charlotte at home. But it's a night game.
It is.
For like people like Patrick Kelly, that's what they want. They want people to shop all day.
That's right.
And then go to the Grove and then go to the game. And then week 3, of course, is Lane. And it's 6:30 Central Time, ABC. And we expect game day to be there. And one of the most intense, crazy games. The hatred for Lane is only going to build. And who knows what he's going to say between now and then. You know.
Oh, he's going to add gas to this thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
he can't help it.
Yeah.
And then we still have SEC Media Days in Tampa, and he will be the deal. Because you got a chunk of them that nobody even cares they're there.
That's right.
And then you got Golding, people care because he followed Lane.
Right.
And he's tied to Lane, and he coached under Lane. And now he's the head coach at Ole Miss, and LSU's going back to Ole Miss, as we mentioned, September 19th, for the biggest regular season game of September. Maybe, and then we'll kind of see what plays out in October, November as far as teams that go, 7-1 and 8-1 and face each other. And I get that Ohio State at Texas week 2 is freaking big. And those are bigger brands, they're not bigger brands than LSU, but they're bigger brands than LSU and Ole Miss combined. Right. But you don't have the villain of all villains and the most fascinating coach in all of college football, not just the SEC. I mean, Dan Lanning at Oregon.
Who?
Lincoln Riley at Southern Cal.
Lame.
Ron Day at Ohio State. Even Kirby, look, when Kirby gets on a mic, has an opinion, people listen. But Kirby's not doing Barstool.
No.
He's not doing Big Cat.
No.
I mean, Lane did a USA Today piece with a guy nobody's ever heard of. And it was crazy. But the Vanity Fair piece, only Lane.
Yeah.
Yeah, back in a minute.
I'll believe in Auburn and love it. War Eagle. I'll believe in Auburn and love it. War Eagle.
One more time. Man.
I'll believe in Auburn and love it. War Eagle.
All right, Auburn and Milwaukee at 6 o'clock tonight. ESPNU. That'll decide whether Ole Miss is hosting a super regional or going on the road down to the plains to the Auburn-Opelika area. Mississippi State is going on the road. They'll play Georgia. We are the Out of Bounds Show, ESPN 105.9 The Zone. ESPN 105.9 The Zone. Unnamed texter on my question today, which is Lane Kiffin the most fascinating coach in college football right now? Unnamed texter says Cignetti is the most interesting. Lane is the most polarizing. Okay? All right. And Bulldog 44 says Lane is the most fascinating, but he's also proof that even train wrecks are fascinating to a point. Oh. Well, that train wreck worked in Oxford. It's going to work in Baton Rouge too. Because he's not footloose and fancy free as far as in the building culture. I mean, he's dead damn serious. We see he does crazy things on social media. He'll say whatever he wants in interviews. He's opinionated, and he doesn't really think before he talks, which is all great for us, and I hope that he keeps talking all summer. But in the building, you know, he's locked in, laser focused, trying to get better and build this team into a college football playoff team. And that starts again, you know, today for all the SEC, not for all. I take that back. It does start to try to get better for everybody, whatever level. But Lane has a team that can go to the college football playoff. Yeah.
Is he the favorite to win it? He's not on the books, but is he?
Is it Georgia?
Is he your favorite?
Or Texas? Okay. I don't know who's favored to win the SEC. I mean, it's got to be Texas, Georgia, or LSU. I don't think Bama would be there. So, and I don't think Ole Miss would be there, although Ole Miss they could be in the hunt. Pete's going to have to be phenomenal in year one. And again, Pete was handed an insane roster for a coaching change.
I was referring to the national champions.
Oh, how does that look?
My fault. Ohio State's number 1.
That doesn't surprise me because they're in the Big Ten.
Number 2 won't surprise you either.
Is it Texas?
No.
Hold on.
They're number 3.
Georgia.
Oh, if you think about this, you're going to know it.
Ohio State. Miami?
Path. Think about the path that they take to get there.
Notre Dame.
Yeah, there you go.
We just talked about that. You and I did. And Notre Dame's unbelievable schedule.
Gift.
For 2026. It looks like a Sun Belt schedule.
It does.
Let's talk about that.
You mean give it to you?
Yeah.
Well, I have the wrong one pulled up. Give me just a sec.
All right. Well, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Let's do this. All right. So here's who Notre Dame plays. Wisconsin.
Okay.
At Lambeau.
That's an okay opponent, though, right?
Yeah, I mean, Wisconsin's not any good anymore.
They're not.
They were for, a long time under Alvarez and Bielema and one other dude. Rice Owls, good Lord.
Okay.
Michigan State, they're not any good anymore.
Nope.
At Purdue, they have no NIL money. At North Carolina, Belichick's been a disaster. What? We'll see what happens in year 2. Stanford, they're not any good. At BYU, they're a salty team.
Sure.
Navy in Foxborough.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Gillette Stadium. Remember when Dan took Mississippi State up there?
Man.
And they played in Patriots, and they played at Gillette. They played UMass.
Yeah, it was UMass. That's it.
That was
Not
weird.
Maine. Yeah, UMass.
That was weird. Right?
Yeah.
I think it was Dan. I don't think it was Moorhead. Anyway, so they play Navy at Gillette Stadium, Notre Dame does. Oh, here's
Oh, they got one? They actually
Miami.
have some money? Oh.
At Notre Dame.
Yeah, but they
at
can
home.
lose. They can lose that game and still go.
That's true.
I mean,
that's absolutely true.
I mean,
Boston College at home, SMU at home, Syracuse at Syracuse.
there's so no SC this year,
It's
right?
just no
USC. So they're playing a bunch of
no
teams. That
no.
are both-
So for years, they would play Southern Cal and Michigan.
Right.
But not anymore.
Okay. So those teams right there you just listed, how many of them are going to be under 500 when it's done, when the season's done? A number of those. Probably 7 of them.
Oh yeah.
I mean 500-ish, give or take.
Yeah,
Game
or less.
2. Yeah, or less. Way less.
Rice, Michigan State,
two
Wisconsin, Purdue, North Carolina, Stanford.
Yeah. 3 of those
Boston
are
College, Syracuse.
God.
Now, Syracuse has got a pretty good coach, but come on, they're Syracuse. So that is a cakewalk. So Ohio State has the best odds. Notre Dame has the second.
That's correct.
All right. When do we get to an SEC team?
Texas right here, number 3.
Okay, so Texas is third.
This one might surprise you a little bit. Indiana.
Okay.
Indiana and Oregon both right here at the number 4 spot, number 4, number 5. About the same odds pretty much across the board, but Indiana gets the nod.
So that's 3 Big Ten teams in the top 5.
Correct.
And another team out of the Midwest in Notre Dame.
Correct.
All right.
Then you bounce to your Georgias.
Oh, you got Georgia at 6? All right. UGA and Kirby.
Miami.
Are they going to be, they just haven't been close to dangerous or special or have any pop the last few years. No. We'll see. Go ahead.
Miami.
Okay. Cristobal got to the national championship game last year. 8. Ole Miss.
LSU.
Kiffin coming in the top 8, baby. Them Tigers.
Okay. So this is obviously that's where the SEC stretch kind of begins because you go from LSU to A&M. Over Bama, over Ole Miss.
Okay.
A&M.
I need to look at. All right. So here's who A&M will pull. They'll pull Murray State.
Okay.
At home. Arizona State at home.
Yeah.
Kentucky at home. So that should be 3-0.
Dang, yeah.
Then it gets real. At LSU. Then Arkansas at home. Should be a dub. At Missouri. We'll see. The Citadel at home. Win. At Alabama. Could go either way. At South Carolina, could go either way. Tennessee at home, could go either way. At Oklahoma, could go either way. And Texas on a Friday.
Oof.
Okay? That's not an easy schedule.
No, it's not.
That's not any kind of Notre Dame or Ohio State schedule for A&M.
Texas Tech follows A&M.
Okay, yeah, they're in the Big 12. Yeah. And they got tons of money. And you just mentioned Cody Campbell, the billionaire who played under Mike Leach, who's financing a lot of what they want to do.
Yeah.
And he's in, and good for him.
Good for him.
And he has, they got McGuire out there as the coach, but they're pumping a ton of money into that program.
In all programs.
Yeah.
I mean, they're pumping bread.
Yeah, I mean, he's a billionaire. And he's writing, several million a year.
Yeah, they have a softball
Counting,
player.
they've got other guys that can too.
Right. They have a softball player making $1 million plus.
Yeah, Mississippi State was eliminated by Texas Tech and Texas in the College World Series over the weekend.
2 really good programs.
Actually, Samantha Ricketts and Tyler Bratton walked in the box I was in Saturday night, and I got to talk to them for about 10 minutes, and it was really cool. I hate that they lost. But
great year.
They had an amazing year. And so she's done a really, really good job since being promoted from within. In 2019, she played at Oklahoma and then went and beat them in a super and advanced, and they had a great year.
They did.
Yeah. All right. So let's go with the odds. Ohio State, the best odds to win it.
Yep.
Notre Dame, great schedule and good team. Marcus Freeman's done a good job. He went to the national championship game 2 years ago.
Right.
Texas, great roster. Sark has everything he needs, more money than God. The state of Texas, a national brand, plenty of NIL money. He fired either the top coordinator or defensive coordinator in the country. Even though it's his offense that's been regressing. He fired Kwiatkowski and hired Will Muschamp, who's more than solid, but not elite like Kwiatkowski and, Venables and Smart and those guys. And whoever Indiana's dude is that Bartu has been talking about even before they won the national. Right. Remember, Bartu brought up Kurt Signetti when he was at James Madison on the show, and everybody was like, who? What? Yeah. James Madison plays football? All right, so let's go. Ohio State, no brainer.
Yeah, obviously.
Top 3 brand along with LSU and Georgia. Yeah. Or spot to win. Notre Dame, 2, again, schedule, amazing. Texas has everything they need, but Sark is notorious for screwing it up. We'll see what happens. Let me look at Texas' schedule real quick. Let's see what they do. We know they play Ohio State in game 2. They got a cupcake in game. All right, so here we go. They play Texas State week 1. All right, so Ohio State in Austin. That's going to be delicious.
Good Lord.
UT San Antonio. At Tennessee week 4.
Okay.
They could lose.
Yeah, I agree.
Off. Then the Fair in Dallas, and they'll play Oklahoma on somewhat a neutral field. Florida at home, not a gimme. Ole Miss at home. Hold on, Ole Miss and Texas play. I'll be damned. They go on a string here of home games. Florida at home, Ole Miss at home, Mississippi State at home. Should go 3-0. Could go 2-1. At Missouri, Sark is again notorious for dropping a couple of games he shouldn't. At Missouri, we'll see. At LSU, we get Sark and Kiffin.
Come on.
Late in November, late in the season, but early in November. And then Arkansas at home, and then at A&M on Friday. All right. It's not a terrible schedule, but it's not a cakewalk by any stretch. Because Ohio State and at LSU and Oklahoma on a neutral field, and then mixing in, you draw Ole Miss. I expect Florida to be maybe the most improved team in the league. And they're opening up with a little bit better schedule. Florida is really scheduled hard and difficult games, but they're giving Summerall. Summerall was at Troy and Tulane, and now he's at Florida. They get Florida Atlantic and Campbell to open up, which is a nice way to get rolling, and then they go to Auburn.
Yeah.
And while Auburn will be pretty good, we got to see what they're going to do with the new coach too, Alex Golish, who was at South Florida.
That's right.
And he was under Heupel.
Given those odds and those rankings,
Florida's schedule's more manageable than it has been.
It's been really unmanageable.
Yeah.
It's been tough. Out of those, is there one that you would lean?
Of these odds?
Yeah.
Well, Ohio State's going to have a great path.
Sure.
Because who they are in the league they play in. I don't care that they've won the last 3 national championships. The mid-tier teams and the bottom-tier teams aren't near as physical and athletic as in the SEC. We know that. It's not debatable. Right. So, I could see Ohio State there and Notre Dame. Oregon.
Yeah.
Dante came back.
That's right.
Lanning, he has unlimited resources.
He got a good team.
Unlimited resources.
It's LSU.
Yeah.
It is.
I think so.
It's LSU, and their odds are sitting at like plus 2,000 right now.
But they've got I mentioned Ole Miss has 3 or 4 games that are going to be challenging. LSU plays Clemson at home. La Tech at home, and then at Ole Miss, A&M at home. So
I don't think they're going to worry about any of that.
Well, they'll be worried, but you think they'll take care of business is what you're saying.
I do. That's it. Yeah.
Okay.
Hard not to. He's giving me no reason to doubt him. Not doubting Lane. We riding with him.
Okay. He's got a stretch here that's pretty good. McNeese at home, at Kentucky, Mississippi State at home.
Stellar.
Okay. So you expect him to go 3-0 there, LSU. And then they go to Auburn. You don't ever know. Off. And then Bama at home. I expect them to win. Texas at home. I expect them to win.
Yeah.
At Tennessee, who knows? And then at Arkansas, I expect them to win. That's LSU. Yeah.
He's going to go 10-2. He might screw around and go 11-1. It's tough.
I think 10-2 would be unbelievable in year one in Baton Rouge.
What is where are we at with year one for Lane? I know their version or their definition of successful year is
college football playoff.
Right. Is that it? Period. Though is that right? If he has a great year, let's say he pulls Vandy 10-2, still doesn't make the playoff.
He will at 10-2.
Okay, so if for some reason he's left out right there on the fringe, is it a successful year? Say he goes 9-3, he gets left out.
Okay, it won't be considered a successful year, but it's a pretty damn successful year.
All right.
It's not all failure, but their fan base is all worked up as kind of like Mississippi State landing Brian O'Connor.
Sure.
A national champion.
Yeah.
Lane hasn't won one, but what he did at Ole Miss was extraordinary,
right?
Remarkable. And so just the expectations are already insane in Baton Rouge. That's why they fired Brian Kelly with a ton of money on his contract and didn't think twice about it. And he wasn't even, it's not like he was going 6-6. So, it will be considered a failure. Everybody else in college football will absolutely love it.
Right.
So, because it's fun to hate Lane.
It is.
Unless he's with you.
Yeah.
And Ole Miss had an insane love affair with him. Sure. And now LSU does.
Should.
Yeah. Oh, I got to give away these Jelly Roll tickets?
We can throughout the week. We got today and tomorrow.
All right, let's give away 2 pairs of Jelly Roll tickets. He's playing at the amphitheater on Wednesday?
That's correct.
All right. Jelly Roll has become a megastar.
He is.
He's country rock or something.
We'll go country.
Okay, country. All right. If you want to win these tickets, text us on the text line, Jelly Roll, 601-885-3776.
Like that. That's good.
Or Jelly Roll and Lane.
That's right.
Yeah. Boy, that'd be a crew. I wouldn't be surprised if Lane hangs out with Jelly Roll this summer.
Probably will.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't he?
Why not?
Hangs out with everybody else.
Yeah. You don't have to do that at LSU, but what celebrity is Lane going to recruit or hang out with next? I don't mean Eddie O.
No.
I'm talking about real deal.
I don't know.
I know Eddie O's a college football
coaching
celebrity character personality.
Sure.
But
because he's going to have somebody, right?
I would think so.
Somebody makes
at some point this summer.
Yeah. Has to.
Yeah. Well, those went.
Yep, that was fast.
Okay.
Damn.
Done. Jelly Roll. Are you going to go out there and cut the rug?
We'll see. We'll see if Mackenzie wants to go. But I don't know anything about the Mr. Roll. But
I saw him play a song with Thomas Rhett. Who I like.
I do like Rhett.
Who, speaking of, Rhett's a Georgia fan. And we're pulling against Georgia this week.
Yeah, so screw you, Thomas Rhett.
That's right. But I did see them on stage together.
That's pretty cool.
I watched it on YouTube.
Yeah.
I wasn't there. Yeah. Lunch today brought to you by Burgers Blues Barbecue. They got the chicken fried chicken, and smash burgers. B3 Burgers, Blues, Barbecue, Dogwood, Flowwood. They already have an outdoor area that's covered and kind of temperature controlled. Then they built a green space too. B3, they got a full bar, whole thing. Lunch and dinner, Dogwood, Flowwood. Order it for the office today. Burgers, Blues, Barbecue, Dogwood, Flowwood.
Can we remind everyone that if they don't win Jelly Roll tickets today, we will give more away tomorrow.
Okay. We're going to give away a couple more. Also, Bocock Brothers cigars. We're giving away those all those 4-packs of Mississippi State and Ole Miss cigars. You still got 10 minutes to jump in. And here's what we asked earlier in the show on the Out of Bounds roll call on the text line, 601-885-3776. How are you listening to the show? 105.9 The Zone or streaming? Where are you listening from? And who's your player of choice for either Ole Miss or Mississippi State coming out of the weekend? Is it Dom Decker? Is it Jacob Parker? Is it Tomas? Is it Will Libbert? Who is it? Let me know. 601-885-3776. That's how you enter, and you could win some Mississippi State or Ole Miss cigars, a 4-pack for you or your friends or buddies. There we go. This Jelly Roll thing
I'm telling you.
Damn.
People like Mr. Roll. They like him.
Okay. We'll definitely give away some more tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. This is great. These guys are
on the YouTubes. Won't them. All right.
Yeah. Love it. Nice. Maluski getting some love.
Good.
That guy looks like he can crush a beer
He does.
and wings. Maluski is so funny. Like Ryder Woodson looks like he's 8, which he's not. I think he's a sophomore, I guess, right? He's not much older, but I mean, he's got a baby face. And even Tomas. Well, even like Bryce Chance, he's a 5th year.
Yeah.
But like Maluski and Vitas, those two dudes look like they're in their 6th year of AA baseball.
No question.
Kind of with like the Diablos or the Travelers or the Mets back in the day in 1983, 84, when minor league baseball was sizzling and they drank beer in the dugout. I don't know. They got to bring that back. It's National Olives Day. Enjoy a super, super, super ice cold Tito's Martini straight up with 3 olives in honor of Dale Murphy from Taste Italian Kitchen in the Renaissance. Hope you have a great day. Show is also brought to you by Matt Anderson with Southeastern Land Group. We love Matt, and we want you to show Matt some love and call him. He'll find your next property, your farm, your hunting camp, and the guy's running a super successful business. Call Matt Anderson with Southeastern Land Group today, 601-408-5155. Auburn and Milwaukee, 6 o'clock tonight.